Hey guys, I just want to make a video on my ski gear. I have atomic Bent Chetler skis with Anon MFI goggles with the MFI face guard, the Anon helmet, I think K2 boots. It's all pretty top of the line stuff, so I just want to show it to you guys. It's not outrageous. It's probably, now that some of this stuff's a few years old, it's attainable for most people. I think you'll find all sorts of deals out on the market, and you definitely want a travel bag. So I am going to Whistler here, spring break, this, I think the third weekend of spring break, or the week I should say. So I will be just grabbing this bag and dragging along. So this bag has wheels, a good handle. I keep a business card in the front in case, I lose something. And this one is padded, so that when you're banging around with other people's stuff in the vehicle, it's not going to mess anything up. I have one pouch in the front that I use for minimal stuff. Balaclava, some extra MFI. These are magnetic. We'll get into that in the video. If you don't know what MFI is, you're going to want to know. Some spare gloves, lighter gloves, which I really don't use this stuff much anymore. So let me open up the bag. Now this bag, it's a Dakine. It's been really good to me. I think I got one small hole in it, and it's also got like a waterproof insulation inside. Like I said, I can keep everything in here. My clothes, my boots, my poles, my skis. Inside this bag, you're going to get, this is what it looks like. You're gonna get a small carry bag. So say, and it's just super easy to take out. So say you're like, you went up to the room, say your skis you couldn't keep in your room. Some of these chalets you go, it's like that. You got your clothes, so say I walked up, I left my skis in the carport, went upstairs, got my clothes, undid them, came back down the next day, you get this bag. I know you all have ski clothes, but skiing is not good without the right clothing, and you gotta stay warm. So we'll get to the skis last. I'll go through this pretty quick. Arc'teryx jacket is pretty light. Arc'teryx pants. These are just light pants. They're not too heavy. They're well fitting. I'm a skier, so I know your snowboarders like baggy clothes. These are pretty, not snug, but well fitting. I have multiple layers of Under Armour. This is the good stuff. If you can see, it's got these checker patterns. So there's like 3.0, 4.0, and it'll say. So I usually use the 4.0 because I tend to get cold, or colder than most people. So I'll put on 2 layers of Under Armour 4.0s. And if it's, for some reason, spring skiing, it can get warm in some mountains, I'll go down to 1 layer. So 2 shirts, 2 pants, that's tight. And then that stuff just kind of sits on, almost, you just look like you're wearing regular clothes if you got the right stuff. These thin socks and my gloves. I got Arc'teryx gloves. You want good gloves. These are mittens. Okay, then your fingers don't get cold. You don't always have to pull them out and then hold them like this on the ski run and then put them back in. That's just like they're always touching each other, so they're always hitting each other up. I usually keep a scarf just in case. You gotta double up. Like I said, thin socks and some more MFI. Okay, that's gonna be the fun part. Let's go over MFI and my helmet. So these are my MFI goggles. They're attached on the back of the helmet, and I got the MIPS Anon helmet. Okay, to be honest, I feel like I got ripped off, and I think it's mainly due to my face structure. Maybe my face is different than the average person's, but this MFI, it's not cheap. Just this alone, I think it's probably $500-600 bucks. You're looking at $300 for the goggles. You get 2 lenses with them. And then the helmet's gonna be like another 200 bucks. Okay, so they come with 2 lenses. I'm not gonna get into it too much. And it comes with this nice bag. Now, so these are the 2, lighter, darker. You gotta review it on their website, but what happens is these just clip in. So that's just a magnet. And when you put the balaclava on, it goes around your neck. This is fully around your neck. And what happens is there's this little ridge here. So I have different layers of this, and this, check this out, it's pretty cool. Just clips on, so you pull it up, okay? Give you a quick example. Just because I like you guys so much. Put down your goggles, this just comes up like this, okay? That's it. You're on the chairlift, it's cold, You get off, you just go like that. Go back on, it's a magnet. So the problem with this setup for me, they got 2 layers of these goggles. Now these goggles, you can get what's called an Asian fit, and I think it gives you a bit more room in the nose. Perhaps that's what I need, but I got that European face, so there's not enough nose gap in here. So what happens is my goggles sit higher on my nose, and so I actually had to chisel out, grind off, or with a knife, part of these goggles, because the goggles, they actually sit slightly now inside my helmet. So I actually had to go and cut off part of the inside of the helmet too. I wasn't very happy with it. If I had to do it again, I'd just get Oakley's, just because the lens is a little bit better and Oakley's just work for me. So just bear in mind, if you got a nose, a European style nose, I like my nose, but it's not good for those. So anyways, K2 boots. Now K2 bought out Full Tilt, and they basically stole their boot and made it a little bit better. Now I like this boot. I actually drove a long way to get this. I was one of the first people, I think, in BC. So this is a really good boot. I forgot method. The K2 method. 3 buckles, the front tongue comes out, and you got the boot inlay, so there's no tongue. It actually just opens up. It's like a slinky. I really like these. Now, when you buy your boots, they will teach you in the store, your feet, your toes are actually supposed to touch the edge. So it's not like a running shoe. If your toes hit the edge, it's no good. But your boots, your toes should hit the edge. It should be not uncomfortable. Now, these get heat molded, but what happens is when you're skiing hard, you're always leaning forward, so all your weight just transfers right to the back. So when you're in the store, you're naturally just touching. Now, they always break in anyways, so everything gets looser with age. Now, ski poles, I am a carbon fiber guy, and I do not like cork. Every time I use cork, because I ski a little hard, so I fall down sometimes. Now, if you're just walking, it's fine, but if you fall down with the cork and you get your hands back on there, what happens is you melt this snow onto the cork and it doesn't come off. So then at the end of the day, you get patches of ice on your handles. So these ones are pretty good. The aluminum ones bend on me a lot. Now, I did break one of these once. I was on the ski lift, and when you go on the ski lift, you want to sit on your poles, okay? I actually usually sit on it this way. So you're sitting like this, then you can talk, play on your phone, whatever. And one time, I was like not paying attention, lifting up the bar, and I couldn't get it out. It hooked in the back, and I sat on my pole and snapped. It was fun, but I'm a carbon fiber pole guy. They're always straight. Now, the fun part. Let's get into atomic Bent Chetlers, baby. Okay, this is a twin tip ski. Let me get one out. Okay, I've had these for a few years. They have some marks on them now. This is one of the early models. I think I was one of the first guys to get them. It's an all-mountain ski. My size is 172. I could easily ride a longer one, but I live in BC and there's a lot of tree runs here, so it's, especially in my local area, usually the harder stuff, which I like, is deep into the trees and very tight twisty. Now when you go to Whistler, you can easily rock a longer ski, or Big Mountain, Okanagan. So my bindings are a Warden 11. I've never been too picky on bindings. You definitely need good goggles and good boots. Skis are almost third, but that's just my opinion. My bindings, I usually, because I take some hard falls, I don't crank them up too high. They're an average setting. So the Atomic Bent Chetler, these are 100 twin tip. They call this Horizon tip and tail. This is what the bottom looks like, early model. And what's called a factory set. So usually I would set it back a little bit. I came from a full park ski, the Atomic Infamous. And that Infamous was a short ski, but it felt long because it was a camber. So that means the bottom here was like this, curving. So you only touch both tips. Now you can jump really good. This ski you can't. But this ski has a bit more of a rocker, so you can kind of just, it feels like a small ski. I'm not very good at jumping with these or rails, so I just try to avoid it, other than, I can still jump pretty good, but nothing like a park ski. Park ski, you can just pause, but that's all I have, guys. I gotta end the video. My phone's cutting out on me, so please like and subscribe, and then find me in Whistler towards the end of the month. I think end of spring break, I should say. So if you meet me at Whistler, just shout out my name, Andre, and I'll buy you a drink and we can just have some fun together. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.